HipHopGamerShow.com. We out. Yo, you must watch. You must watch this entire video. This video is going to shed light. It's going to shed light on everything. So I'm going to talk to you, then I'm going to do a demonstration. Y'all ready for this? HipHopGamer, #1 journalist, let's go. The title of this joint, Xbox 360 graphically beats PS3 officially in all third-party, keyword, in all third-party games. And y'all about to find out why. Right? Now, here's the story, and then I'm going to show you the demonstration. Now, when Madden 13 was announced, and they was talking about what they're going to do with the Kinect, it was crazy. But then at E3 2012, when you see my man Joe Montana, you know what I'm saying, calling plays with, you know, just speaking to the Kinect, he was calling plays, Manningham was moving, all this other stuff, it was crazy, right? Okay. So all this stuff blew me away. So when the Madden 13 game came out, you know, I got the PS3 version. Obviously, I got the PS3 version of everything. And, you know, I wanted to try out the Kinect joint, so I downloaded the 360 demo, right? And that's when it happened. That's when it happened, son. I seen the 360 one, I was like, yo, it looks significantly better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, there was more detail, more polish, it ran smoother. I was like, yo, this is crazy. So then I did another experience, right? I put my TV on game mode, which is 60 hertz and everything. You can't adjust the refresh rate. And it looks roughly the same. You can't really tell the difference majorly at all, besides some color. But other than that, you can't really tell the difference. But when you bump up that refresh rate, the 240 hertz, like I was telling y'all about, when you bump that up, you get to see things that you didn't even know the game could do graphically from a standpoint. But it also exposes the actual development process of what frame rates are in games. So I'll give you an example, especially on PC. If you're looking at a PC game run, they're going to show you the frames per second that is running at. But it's also going to show you if the game dips a lot or not. So if you got a game that's 60 frames per second, sometimes it'll go up to 65, 61, 62, but it'll stay at 60 and above, so it's always smooth. Then you got some games that's 60, but it'll drop to 57, 58, then 54, then back up to 60. So even though for the most part it's incredibly smooth, there is parts in the game where you will get those drops, and they will be noticeable at those parts. Now, on a 360 and PS3, when you play on my TV, and I saw the Maddens, yo, the PS3 ran smooth. Don't get me wrong, it looks great. But 360 was just that much better significantly. You can see it. You can see it. The smoothness was better because the frame rate runs smoother. So you can see the smoothness that much better, and it makes it look lifelike on another level. The colors, the polish, and everything. Now, there's something else I want to show you. You know, if you look on the back of every PS3 game, and if you look on the back of every 360 game, you see the resolutions that they support, right? If you notice on the 360, if you look at the resolutions, they support all of them. 1080p for every game. 1080p for every game. PS3, 480p, 720p. Some games you'll get that 1080p, but most games 720p. Why? Because that's the native resolution of that particular game. That's cool. On the 360, the native resolution for most of these games is 720p as well. But 360 has a hardware scaler, a hardware upscaler. So games that's natively 720p can be bumped up to 1080p. Now I know what y'all thinking, oh well it ain't real, you don't really see a difference, and it is bull BS. You see a difference. Period. Wanna know why? Because when you upscale something, it's, look at your DVDs. You know what I'm saying? When PlayStation, I think it was PlayStation 2 first came out, or I think it was PlayStation 2. They had it where you could have your DVD be like a little upscale or something like that. No, it was PS3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's PS3, but you could upscale your DVDs. So your DVD, the way it is now in 480p, you could upscale it to make it look a little bit better than what it is originally. And you see that difference. Want to know why? Because if you look at all the articles back in the day, people are like, oh, shoot, it does look a little better. It looks a little sharper, a little bit more cleaner. You know what I'm saying? It's not dramatically different, like automatically high def, but it's a difference enough to let you know that it's better than what you had. And you can see that. And as long as you can see that, that's significant. And the fact that 360 has a hardware scaler makes all your games that's on the 360 a little bit more cleaner, smoother looking, more polished, with a grain, like a little bit more detail. And these little increments of additions that they added makes the overall process, makes the overall game looks a lot more detailed, a lot more refined, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Now, you add that with a better steady frame rate for games in terms of how they move, that just seals the deal. So PS3 single player, not single player, first party titles, exclusives, they still continue to destroy what Xbox offers. Xbox 360 offers. That's just reality. You know what I'm saying? God of War, Heavy Rain, Uncharted, Resistance, Killzone, still kings. They still the kings. You know what I'm saying? But when you got games like NBA 2K and Dead Space and Assassin's Creed, and you got a whole lot more multi-platform games than you have, you know, exclusive titles. So for the most part, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're getting more enjoyment out of your 360 when it comes to a graphical standpoint if you have the right TV and the right setup and the right HDMI and so on and so forth. But I've seen it. It's reality. And I'm real with it. I'm the realest journalist you're going to see in this industry. Why? Because if I make a mistake, I'll tell you, yo, I made a mistake. I was wrong. Boom, boom. If I'm right about something, I'm going to let you know, yeah, I was right. Give me my credit. You already know what it is. If I need to learn something, yo, hold up. I don't want to say this yet. I need to figure this out. And then I'll bring it to you in a bigger way later. I keep it real. Because at the end of the day, I'm a gamer first, just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? So real recognize real. And I'm always looking familiar. So let's get it. But I'm being honest with you. Xbox 360 is a beast. Now, out of everything I just said, I'm going to show you something else that's going to make you understand how powerful this difference is. Alright? So, follow me. Peace. Hey, yo, what's up? Now, it's time for the demonstration that I wanted to explain to y'all with this whole graphical situation. So, Bullets 360, let's log in. This is going to be very, very interesting. Alright? A lot of y'all probably don't even know about this. But you're going to learn today. Believe that. You're going to learn today. So, what you do is go all the way over here to settings. Right? It's simple, but powerful. Come all the way over here to settings, right? Now, keep in mind, on the PlayStation 3, when you go to display settings, they have this function called RGB. And you set it to RGB full. You also got super white, HDMI. You got a few functions that you change and stuff like that, right? But check this out. You go to console settings, right? Boom. You see how you got display settings? Now, let's go to HDTV settings. You got 480p, 720p, 1080i, 1080p. So, obviously, if you have a 1080p TV, you set it to 1080p. The great thing about this particular system is if you set it to 1080p here, every game that you play will be in 1080p if your TV supports it. On the PlayStation 3, if you was to set it to 1080p, only games that are in 1080p will run. If it's not in 1080p, which majority of those games are only in 720, it's going to go back to 480p and it's going to look like a PS2 title. Like, it ain't going to look right. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the problem right there. Now we go to reference levels, right? If you go to reference levels, you got standard, intermediate, and expanded. Now, what it does is, all it's going to do is adjust the range of your console's reference level to match your TV. And it has a big effect on your games and your movies, right? Now, this right here enhances overall picture quality. Now, to me, you know, for a long time, I never even went to these settings, man. For real. There was a point where 360 didn't even have HDMI. So I'm just really blown away. Now, HDMI color space. This is crazy. So you click on the color space, right? You got auto, source, RGB, and these right here is for component. Now, source is basically basing on the source it is. So, you know, but I keep mine at RGB at all times. That's the official setting. That's when the real true color and definition start to come out. You know what I'm saying? Then you got display discovery, you know, that has nothing to do with what, you know, I'm talking about. But HDMI color space, the reference levels, and the HDTV settings. All of these things right here play a role in terms of how deeper your black levels get to make the colors more vibrant. The resolution of the games that you're looking at, that's going to have more pixels to them now because they upscale, which is going to make them look better. And the fact that these games are developed better on a 360 because 360 is easier to develop for. Not to say PS3 can't do it. It's just that, developers find this easier to do, and they're human too, and they're going to find an easier way to get things done. If it's hard on PS3, you got to blame Sony for making it that much harder. That's just real talk. At the end of the day, it's what we want, and we want the best. And if you want the best experience on the 360, I'm showing it to you. It's crazy. So, gotta keep it real, man. It is what it is. I seen it. I know it. It's crazy. So that was just a brief demonstration on how you would go to your settings and set it up and everything. And then you guys, if you guys got PS3 and 360 at your house, and you got a 240 hertz or higher TV at your house, and you know how to set it up, and you got good HDMI cables and all of that stuff, do this. Do it. And I guarantee you, you're going to be amazed. One love and God bless, man. It's your boy HipHopGamer. You know how I get down. And I got more to come. Peace.